Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 12, and here we are. We're on top of the Elder Tomb because I fancy a little bit of a change of pace from just going out trying to get resources. And to be honest, the moon we visited in the last part was pretty dark and gloomy and depressing. And I've got a feeling that moon was a little bit darker than it used to be. I mean, even when I was in daylight, it seemed a bit gloomy. So, and I think that comes to a point that somebody raised in the comments. I think night vision goggles are going to become a bit more important again. I mean, recently they've kind of faded into the background, but I think we're going to be needing them a little bit more going forward. Now, before we get down and explore the Elder Tomb, I want to talk about the Phase 5 update, which was released on the 4th of June 2020, if you're watching this in the future. I've got a feeling this is going to be the last of the major updates for this cycle. Probably what we'll get is a few more hot fixes or balancing fixes, and then hopefully in maybe a week or 2 weeks time we will get the update will drop into the stable branch, and then we can get a little bit more serious about getting out and exploring the galaxy. So, and I think what I'm going to do is just going to get back into the ship just so that I can show you the key feature of this update. You can see there is now an extra tab added when you're in the ship, and it's called Station Services. Now this is quite an interesting development. If I read the tab, it says Station Services not active. There are no base with station service nearby, or your reputation is not at least neutral. And this is a feature where you will be able to go to a Polaris trading station and top up the fuel, oxygen, pentaxid and ammunition of your ship. And I think this represents a kind of step forward into enhancing the trading functionality of the game, and I think it's going to be quite an interesting development. And especially if once you get a capital vessel and you want to go out and explore the galaxy. I mean, the galaxy is really big, and if you've got to keep stopping to collect promethium to make fuel cells, and in case of course oxygen is going to be an issue. In fact, even with the introduction of ice asteroids, and I think the ability to actually pull into a, well, you could call it a space dock, I think, hopefully, where you can recharge your ship's resources, obviously for cash, and then move on. So that's going to certainly make exploring the galaxy a little bit more easier. And I think it is a very interesting concept. I think it also brings into the strength of collecting those trading goods that have started to appear as well. And it does make me wonder, with the hint, I think it was in the last update, that they were going to add some extra other resources. Maybe there will be a more developing trading aspect in the game. Maybe you can make trade items and go up and trade them and then refuel your ship there. So I think this is going to be a very interesting development going forward, and it does kind of lead into bigger things. Now if I jump back out again, because I'll just cancel that and just jump back out again. Now most of the other changes in this update are kind of related to existing functionality. The next biggest one is to do with the new galaxy map. Now I don't know about you guys, but I did start a new game and did go up and have a look at the galaxy, and it is a little bit overpowering with some respect. So what they've actually done is introduce functionality that the nebulas will fade away. So if you've got a nebula that's further away, it will have a lesser visual impact, and eventually, I think it was 250 light years, it will disappear. So hopefully that will reduce some of the clutter that's on when you're actually trying to explore the local space map. So that, I think that's quite an interesting development it goes, and it shows that they are trying to refine things. Now also moving on is that, and I think Scathlon might appreciate this, he posted a comment saying that he managed to get a start with no moon at all, which made it very difficult to start. It seems they've made the starter moons a bit more forgiving and reduced the drone presence. They've also increased the number of starter planets from 10 to 20. Now I'm not exactly sure what that actually means. I don't know whether that actually means that when you start a new campaign, the game has a wider change, but it does indicate that Elion are looking at the starter planets. So hopefully some of the issues that different players have been experiencing may be resolved by the time this actually goes into the stable branch. And I think finally moving on, there's been more work on the missions, and there's been new POIs added as well. So they're still adding new elements to the game. Now, of course, in order to take advantage of that, we're going to have to do a restart. So The way I'm starting to think now is that once the update drops into the stable branch, I will restart. That's got guaranteed missions, so that we can actually look at all the missions and see how things develop. Anyway, I think that's enough for me talking. I mean, obviously there are a lot of bug fixes and stuff like that. There was a spider hanging around here. There he is. I think we'll just start this with maybe going and killing that spider. I haven't killed a spider in this so far, so hello guy. Oh, I don't want to hit Talon guy. I think there's just the one hanging around. But it's a good way to start going down into the Elder Tomb. I'm not sure whether this is lootable over here. Yep. We'll certainly take the sprouts. And got a little bit of, and we'll just drop that into the ship. We'll put this into the fridge, and we'll have a quick wander down into the tomb. The bit I don't really like is this spiral staircase, because it's I've never really found a game which has really successfully implemented spiral staircases. They've always seemed to have a few problems. Of course, so we come down into this big chamber here, but the fun doesn't start till we get down to the next level. We go down here, and we get down into this room. Oh no. So we'll just make sure whenever there's been a major update, even familiar POIs, I always be a little bit suspicious about what's going on. They do change things. Okay, well, we got some stuff here, so let's grab what we can. I mean, a lot of this is going to be quite light stuff, so I don't think we're going to have any problems with food. I mean, this is one of the advantages of the Elder Tomb, and it's why it's really worth doing. Is if you really want to set up a good base or populate your farming plots on a CV, the Elder Tomb is always a good shot. I mean, it saves having to buy them, the sprouts and that from the Talon. You can see here we've got a bit more, a little bit of meat in there, and hopefully we're not so far away from the ship we can put that in here. Get that there, and we're just going to go down another level. Right, we're now getting down to the level with the spiders. I think we'll just leave those for the moment. We can pick them up on the way back. Actually, no, we'll just pick them up now. And we'll just drop this in here. Right, we're now in spider territory. There's going to be spiders in these side rooms. And there they are. Hopefully we can take them out with the sniper rifle. Big ones we need to get. Oops, perhaps if I reload the ammunition. I'll miss completely. Oh, he's gone. Okay. It might pay just to go in with the shotgun here actually. I think I'm being a bit too circumspect. Gotcha. Hey, Don't go away. Wow, he's certainly legging it. And of course the Elder Tomb is also a very good source of XP if you need it. Everything definitely seems a bit more gloomier than it used to be. Pick up that, pick up the grain. Nothing else here. Oh, we'll certainly take that. What's that? That's in sepsis, infected wound. We're certainly gonna take that. Oh, messed that up, didn't I? Never mind. This we got adrenaline shot. Bandage. We'll certainly take the bandages with us. Nutrient solution could be useful. Take that. And food's getting a little bit low as well, so what we'll do is we'll just stand here and put this in the fridge. Balon root. Nutrient solution. And take that. I think we'll put that into here as well. Don't really need that. Anything else? Go and check this side. Make sure. No more spiders. Thank you, game. Now all the spider noises, if you can hear them, are from below us. That. Grab that, some more sprouts. Don't think these have got anything. Nope. And drop off some more. Oh, put it in the wrong one. Put this into the fridge. Food's getting a little bit low as well, so we'll just punch off some of that. And maybe we'll just have a steak on top as well. Top up the oxygen. Okay. Never really found a use for the... Oh, that actually gives us health. That could be useful. I'd to say, I've never really found a use for the Balon root, but I think this room is empty-ish. But we'll give it a quick look round. Yep. So. Oh, hello. Trying to creep up on me, were you? And this is the room we're looking for. Because... Wow. I think they've changed this a little bit. Right. I think the texture has been changed because it's actually a desert planet. And what we're going to need to do is... Oh! Oops, I haven't got the jetpack on, that's why I... Yeah, that was a little bit of a fail there. Got to put my jetpack on. I certainly want to check out this level first. get round here. Take that. Nothing in there. Nice loot container here. Well, certainly send that up to the Silver Shade. Got some Zarcosium and some power cells. Not worried about the Z though. Actually, can I do this? If I come to player, close that, come to here, so, turn a controller, and put that to there, and then stop making squeaky noises. Let's choose a nice big one. Is the hive. What we should be able to do is drop those into there, and then put that there, and dump that up into there like that. And we just take that off while we're looking at it. We'll just there's this health 35 food 3. You don't think there's anything else around here now. That goes back that way. I think this is another entrance into here. Have a quick look. Never really explored it this way. Okay. Must admit, I prefer to go into the actual main cave from the top here. There we are. We can get a little bit of a range from here, so if we can jump over to there. That's the ones I'm a bit worried about, is just down there. You can just see them. If I can get them better with the reload. Wow. Oh, look at that. There's a whole raft of them. Reload. And down. I'm not worried about the small ones. I'm worried about these big ones because they can give you a fairly nasty bite. Another quick reload. Wow. Seems to be a few more down here than there used to be. They're just running away. One down over there. Cool. Certainly going through the ammunition. I think the rest of them now we can do with the shotgun. Make sure we're fully loaded. There's another one. Okay. Shift. So you're gonna pick up. Oops. Get the one at the back as well. One advantage of this, it will solve my food problems. I'm just gonna have a look round the back here. Make sure. I don't think we can. Oh, we can get through here. Good. Got something here. Mushrooms. See if I'm still in range of the ship. Yes, thank you, game. Of course, here we are is the main loot room. That. Put that back. Silver shaped lights. We got here Sathium, Neodymium. That's going to be useful. Epic pistol. Yeah, certainly take that. It's gold ingots. It'll be very useful. Oops, no. Take that back. That into the fridge. That into the fridge. I'll rat it. Just eat a couple more steaks. What have we got here? This can go to the container controller. We've got some Sathium. And what we got here? Esterum. We got a big pile of blocks again. Thank you, game. Take that. And of course, what we're going to have to do is exactly the same as last time. Change to there. Put that onto there. Go up to here. We'll just put that into there. But wow. I've got a feeling that getting as much loot as you can from these and getting it up into the workshop is going to be pretty important. Wow. How many of these blocks are there? Put that up into there. And put that into there. And put that up into there. Yes. We got you. Let's check, make sure we got everything in this area. Oops. Close into the fridge. Let's break that link again. We've got everything in this room. Now, what we got to do now is see if we can get down those big bug things. This is going to prove interesting. Because I don't want to walk into them. I think we'll go back out this way. Oh. Ha. He says he doesn't want to walk into them and he walks straight into them. So we can get them with the sniper rifle. I think we're close enough to... There's another one just there as well. Reload. Okay, you're reloaded. back again. Quick reload. There should only be 2 of these in here. Oops, got it. Into the shotty. Reload. I'm not worried about you. Where are you? Gotcha. Right in the face. And that should be it. Now, the problem I always have with this POI is actually finding my way back out again. I think it's up there. Actually, I think it's a bit easier with this arid texture. When you're on one of the other planets, these shelves kind of blend into each other, which makes it a little bit difficult to actually see what you're doing. Yeah, I think, in fact, it seems to be a little bit easier getting out of here now compared to what it used to be like. So we're just gonna come here. I think we got a pretty good haul out of that altogether. Let me just put this into the fridge. And we certainly got a pile of food, and the oxygen's dropping again, so we'll just pump up the oxygen. I mean, so we got a whole range of foods here. We've got plenty of meat now for cooking. We've got some spices. We've got plenty of sprouts, and probably more importantly now we've got some esterium, some zirconium, more neodymium, some saphium. We've got 5 auto miner cores, which would be really great. We've got some fuel, and of course we've got an epic pistol. Not that I'm particularly a big fan of the pistol anymore. I used to use it quite a lot, but in recent updates I've kind of lost interest in it. Is probably the polite way of saying it. Sorry, just have a little bit of a sort out. I'm here. Of course, I took the EVA boost off when I put the heavy armor on, because that reduces the power. We got a tier 2 assault rifle. Actually, let's just swap that round. And I think we can make our way out of this POI. All I've got to do now is remember the way out. Oh, there. Check on the way through. And up we go. I do these. Yep. And I'm still hearing spiders. I mean, I could go back down, but we've got all the main loot. I've got plenty of food from that main loot box there, so I can't see any point now of actually checking anything else out. We'll just go up here. Now we've got to do is navigate the spiral staircase. It's always fun. Hello, Mr. Talon. Of course, it's actually night out here now, so oops. I think we got everything up here. Also, some stuff over here. Probably haven't picked up. Yeah, a few more sprouts. And also grab this around the back here. A bit more meat. And a little bit more on the back there. Yeah, we're certainly not going to have a problem with planting up the grow plots. Just have a quick check around here. There's some more just over the back here. That all done. And we can jump back in the ship. Actually, let's have a little bit of a look round here as well. Looks like we've actually got some plants around here. I don't think the Talon are going to object if we do a little bit of harvesting. We might as well get a maximum benefit from. Whoops! Wow, what's that? Okay, what's down here then? Oh. Is this another entrance in? Okay. You live and learn. And certainly don't want to drop down here. Doesn't seem to be another entrance, it just seems to be all in the ground with a spider down the bottom of it. Yeah, it's certainly not going to drop down there. That could be a little bit awkward. What's that there? That looks like an ordinary rock. Yep. So we'll just have a wander around. I mean, it's all pretty good pick up loot. Of course, if you just, if you need the XP, this all adds up. Well, we're not going to run short of herbal leaves. That's a dead cert. What have we got up over here? So we're casting our net wide. I know I don't really need the iron, but well, it's here. And with the drill, it's just a 2-minute job to pick up anything. What's that there? Okay, we're okay. Right, let's just get back to the ship. Jump into the ship. Thrusters on, and I suppose we better put some light on the subject. Ship too heavy. Wow, that's new. Weight excess 3.6 tons. I don't ever recall that, so we're actually overloaded. So what we're gonna have to do is put some stuff up here. I've got the. What's this? Yeah, it's probably this tier 2 repair bay. So what we're going to have to do is put in you up into the... let me just change the ship back to the one that I'm working on. I can't remember what it's called. Where is it? Capital Vessel, MCR Pioneer. Factory, let's see what difference this makes. Yes, look at that. That's really pushed up the neodymium. And yeah, we can take off now. Never had that message before. I mean, I've had situations where I haven't been able to take off. I wonder if that is new to Alpha 12. And to be honest, that would be very useful, especially for me, because I do tend to overload things. What on earth are you? That looks a bit like a golem. It is. Wow. It's the first time I've ever seen 2 creatures fighting in this game. Absolutely fascinating. I'll kill both of you. I'm top predator. Certainly want the desert golem because he's going to have some nice rare resources on him. Yeah, so gosium, neodymium ore, help, and we'll just take that as well. And little bit of a sort out. Put that in there. That can go into the. This can go into the fridge, and that can. Any more golems around here? Have a look to see if we can find any. The ship's still pretty close to max capacity, so I can feed it. It's very sluggish. It's another. No, I'm okay for meat at the moment. There's quite a few of these hanging around, aren't there? No desert golems, so anyway, let's just start making my way back to the wreckage. I was actually going to, where is it? There was the alien base here, the unknown artifact, but I think I can't really go there now because I'm a little bit overloaded. There's another, wherever you are, can't pronounce that. There's certainly a lot of these around. I want a column. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fly across the surface. If I find a golem, I'll be right back. If not, I'll see you once I get back to my base. So here we are. We're back at the base. I'm just going to come in this area here, which is effectively my landing place for the SV. And of course, there's a real possibility we may get another base attack. So we're just going to drop down here. Put the thrusters off. Jump out. I suppose what we need to do now is do a little bit of unloading. Large wreckage. We'll do the fridge first. This is the easiest one of them all. Just shove everything in here. Medication. Yep. We've got 23 meat. That's make quite a big difference. So put that in. Go here. Whoops. Why did I put that in there? I'm gonna put some of these in as well. That can stay. Spiky mushrooms, health. That's like an emergency health kit now. So we've got that there. And actually, before we do anything else, just put the stuff into constructor in. That in. That in. That in. We haven't got that much from a construction perspective, and then we'll put the rest in. Oops, that needs to go into constructor in. Sathium, and I think that can go in as well. And the auto miners, ores, constructor out. Multi-tool. We'll keep the epic pistol and that in here, so we get that. Railgun, I'm kind of half tempted to put the railgun up into the workshop as well, just because it gives me the rarer resources. In fact, I think I will do that. So come here, large wreckage, out, just put that, what we got, and then we'll just see what this will give us. Let's see, neodymium, please. Yep, so that's getting us a nice boost of neodymium. So we only need 420 neodymium now. We've got the titanium, so it's the neodymium is still the big issue. I mean, the carbon substrate's no problem. The grow plots, we can produce them. I think, truthfully, if I remember correctly, let's just cancel that. I go into the base. Oops. I might need to put a ramp here. I don't think I can make the grow plots. Steel grow plots here. I think we're gonna have to need an advanced constructor to make the steel grow plots. So maybe that's what I need to do. We need to make an advanced constructor. I actually unlock the advanced constructor. Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's just knock out the advanced constructor. Just unlock you, and I think I've got got space in here when I put it in. Because if I get rid of that, I can get it into here. Just gonna make an advanced constructor so that we can make the grow plots. Where is it? Cobalt alloy flux coils. Let me just check something. Neodymium and cobalt ingots. Now I've got cobalt ore. I'm in a bit of a catch-22 situation here, haven't I? Because I need the flux coils to make the extender for the SV. Okay, let me just think this through. Where's the CPU extender? I want to make that. This needs 2 flux coils, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to make that. I think we'll make the SV extender first, because in some ways that is more important. If I can find it, where is it? Yeah, that's the SV extender tier 2. So we're going to make one of those. And the other thing I also want is the mobile constructor. We can put that in, and then we can make the advanced constructor that will allow me to make the grow plots. That's kicked off. I mean, I'm not going to do anything about that in this part. I just want to kick those off so that I can up. What we'll do in the next part is I'll upgrade the SV so that I can be a bit more mobile, and we'll have the constructor. I'm also thinking missile launchers. Let me just, again, sorry, just get back into here. Yeah, we've got the rocket launchers fixed now. So maybe we'll make a couple of rocket launchers to put on here as well, so that I've got a bit more offensive capability, because I certainly want to get out and do, where is it? This thing here, the unknown artifact. I'm pretty sure it's this one here. It's the one I was looking at in a previous video, and I was saying that you need some decent equipment to get in. I think I'm at the point now where I can actually go in and raid that, and that might give me the remaining neodymium to get the CV underway. Anyway, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. As I say, in the next part we will upgrade the SV and start getting a bit more aggressive against the Xerax. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.